Good morning, Homestead team. I'm Chaplain Robert Terrell, and this is your July 12th, 2021 Monday Motivator. I'm standing in front of a really big bench in the Stevens Point area sculpture park. I like coming here every now and then because, well, it reminds me that sometimes the bench is just too big. There are circumstances in my life that I face that I don't always control. I always like to think that if I work hard enough, I can solve a problem. But there are times where I am just not the one in control of my faith. I can't control how circumstances go. I can't make decisions that will correct everything. But while I can't control the circumstances, I can control how I respond to those circumstances. One of my favorite books is a book by the author and psychiatrist Viktor Frankl. And the name of the book is Man's Search for Meaning. And he wrote it while, well, actually he thought of the idea of it and wrote it out in his mind while he was imprisoned in a German concentration camp, merely because of the fact that he was Jewish. An incredibly evil act. He could not control his life. They controlled everything about him. When he went to bed, when he showered, what he did during the day, even when he was able to use the bathroom. He had no control other than he figured out he was still always able to control how he responded to what others did to him. That didn't mean that when he chose to respond in the way he wanted to respond in a good way, it didn't mean that he was saying that what they were doing was okay. It wasn't. It meant that he was always concerned about making a choice to be the person he wanted to be. Over the past few weeks, we have talked about not only love, the verb, and the attributes of it, but also the fundamentals of home instead. Those actions we do that enable us to be the business we want to be. And one of those is to be positive. It recognizes that, well, sometimes the bench is too big. Sometimes the circumstances are beyond our ability to control them. But we always have a choice on how we are going to respond to those things. Sometimes there are people that are just mean to us. Sometimes there are very clients, the ones that we are taking care of, that are just mean to us. But we still have the choice to respond in positivity or negativity. That's a choice we get. And Viktor Frankl reminds me of that. My faith also reminds me of that. In the Old Testament, Joshua was faced with a challenge to follow God in a difficult circumstance or to not follow God. And what he told the people of Israel was, you choose today who you will serve, the gods of old or the true God. But as for me and my family, we will follow the Lord. Joshua didn't respond with, I know everything will be okay. He didn't respond with, I know I can handle this. He responded with, I get to choose how I want to respond to this. And he chose to respond with positivity by saying, I will trust in the Lord. There are circumstances in your life that you don't get to control. But almost always we get to control how we respond to them in our feelings. Choose to be positive. Choose to look around and say, this is who I want to be, even when there are circumstances I can't control. When the bench is just too big for you to get up on. Be positive. I hope you have people in your life that are positive around you, that encourage you and tell you how important what you do is, because it is so important. And if you need someone to tell you that, or if you need to talk with someone, my contact information is at the end of this video. If you remember nothing else though, please remember this. Our CEO, God, cares for you, and so do I. Have a great week, okay?